Good afternoon. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I'm here at 6647 West 82nd Street in Los Angeles, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which are underneath or interior to the structure. Today's video examination is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. Alright, so I've accessed today's main sewer line from a 2.5-inch maintenance access located at the back left corner of the structure. The reason for this is that no main sewer line cleanout exists. Now, this is a standard component of the system that should be in place. You should have an ability to access the line from at least a 4-inch maintenance access, and that would allow proper tools to be fitted into the line to properly maintain and clean the line. So, as a first thing, I will be recommending that a main sewer line cleanout gets installed. And I've gone ahead and flagged out that location. It's actually in the planter area under some bay windows, about 8 feet to the right of the front door. And it's actually right under where a small or medium-sized stone block is actually placed right above where the cleanout should be installed. Now I went ahead and did that. Now the line essentially exits the structure about 8 feet to the right of the front door in that planter area. And as soon as it exits the building, it makes a diagonal run towards the driveway, and once it hits the driveway, it straightens out and it heads in a direct path towards public sewer, which is what we're looking at right now. Alright, so we've pushed a total of 66 feet from that point that the line exits the building. So we're going to be coming from public sewer back up to the access point that we started from. So we'll get that 66 feet, then we'll be entering the building drain line system. And while it's not the focus, I will comment, there are a couple situations going on in there, which we'll cover a little bit more in depth as we get to them. So the first thing is pulling away from public sewer. We are in a 6-inch diameter vitrified clay piping. Now, the vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines. It has a long service life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity, and it also has a tendency to let in roots at the joint areas. So what we're seeing here on the roots, what we're seeing here on the pipe is some pretty excessive root intrusions coming in right near the joint area, right near the connection point to public sewer. Now, the concern with this is twofold. First, there is an obvious issue with improper drainage. The more concerning issue for our purposes today is that it covers up the joint areas. The amount of roots in this pipe could indicate that there is a break in the line, and we can't be entirely conclusive when we can't actually see the pipe. So I will be recommending that the line gets hydrojet cleaning to clear out all of the debris that we're looking at right now, and then a follow-up examination should be performed. And with this done, this will allow us to actually be entirely conclusive on the line whether there is a break here or not, in order to determine the next step that should be taken. Now, I did mention earlier, roots in a clay pipe are a common occurrence. So typically, when we see a clay pipe and you have roots in it, it's just an issue of the line needs to be cleaned, and as long as it's cleaned, you shouldn't have any issues with it. Alright, so now here at 40 feet, we're changing material. We're going into a section of concrete pipe. Now, concrete exhibits very similar characteristics to the clay, in that it has a long service life expectancy, but it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity. It also has a tendency to let in roots at the joint areas. Now, not that long, there's only about a 10-feet section of pipe, and then we're going back into the section of clay. Once it hits that driveway there, it makes a pretty steep drop to connect up with that clay. Now here, at 25 feet, is our first break in the system. So the pipe's broken here. It's not really super obvious or super clear, but running along the right side, And the left side of the pipe there, that is a crack running along that whole section. So I flagged that out in the front yard. That's at a depth of about 3.5 feet deep. And there is one other break in the pipe, which we'll get to. It's pretty much right next to where the cleanout needs to be installed. Alright, and there's the second break. It's a little bit more obvious on the left side, but the section right here is broken and this is going to need to be repaired. This is only at a depth of about 2 feet deep. And it's right next to where the line exits the structure right here, so this is where the cleanout would need to be installed. Alright, now at this point we're pulling into the building drain line system, and the first material we're running into is an original cast iron pipe. Now, the most obvious indication of this, you can see the rust and scale buildup is pretty excessive here, and the more common issue is that the diameter of the pipe is actually much smaller. You can see there when we're exiting out of the building, the pipe almost doubled in size. It isn't supposed to be like that. The reason that we're seeing that is because the cast iron pipes, as they get older, they start to become smaller and smaller. Alright. Now, we're changing material once again, and this time we're going into an ABS plastic pipe. Now you can see here, you have a section which is catching debris in the pipe, and that's because the ABS plastic pipe does not have any of that rust and scale buildup. So the pipe ahead of us is a smaller diameter and it's choking it off. And now when I was initially pushing out through some of the building drain system, there was a lot of debris in a couple spots in the pipe. Now, with the ABS plastic, those materials last a long time. They also have a smooth inner surface, which makes them efficient at washing out debris. They're intended to be impervious to roots, but you can see here, this line is kind of backing up right at this point. I actually had to push through all of this debris, and you should not be experiencing this inside the building drain system. You can see here we've got feet of pipe that's underwater. You can see there it's starting to essentially back up as the water keeps running. So this part of the line is also going to need to be cleared out. Alright, we have a couple more feet and then we'll be pulling out of the cleanout that we accessed today. Alright. Here we're on the left side of the structure. The garage area is right there. Cleanout access issue is right here. Alright, so pretty much my recommendations at this point are going to be to fix the 2 breaks that are in the front yard. Then we need to go ahead and get the line cleared out and a re-inspection done to be conclusive about the parts of the line that are under the street. Alright, so with that I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of the examination for today. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Through Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.